Coach, playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at New Era Field in Orchard Park. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. This one fielded at the 5. And an alley to run. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Steeler first down on a pickup of 11 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Easy. Right there. 54, right there. 54 Mike. Come on, baby.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Here we go.
Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays. And
a big loss here as he's taken down. Ed Oliver. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster there to make the grab. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the first carry here for Frank Gore. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gore. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tactics and put the defense back on its heels.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Allen's throw is complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up a touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
On 4th down on it. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. Now Gordon on 1st down. And there on the tackle, Shaq Lawson.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
6-man.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Roethlisberger, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the 1st quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. First carry for James Conner. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A gain of 5. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll run on 1st down. It's Gordon. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Boswell good with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. This fielded at the 2. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 1st down, it's Gore. It's big Vince Williams who made the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Allen now looks to throw. Being chased out left. Allen hit. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Allen now on the sneak. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Gore. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Bravo! Got you, boy.
From the 36, Allen. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on. Stephon Tuitt came out at Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To the air. Allen nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's such an impressive first half to get that lead. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared?
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Ed Oliver picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. 57 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
Here we go, here we go. Black 20. Monday. Switch. Check. King. Alert, alert. Black is third.
Ben to throw again. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Rolling to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Roethlisberger will throw. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. 3 first-half touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
49.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Forced out to his left. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Big Ben with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the route is on here in this first half.
Bills 3. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go!
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Roethlisberger now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Now Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger going deep to the end zone for Juju. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. T.J. Watt able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big. And now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger able to get this to Gordon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 26. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. This is caught. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get this. You good? He's checking crab. Kill. 50.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Kyle Van Noy gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Melvin Gordon saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On 2nd and 9, Allen, he finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. That's Vince Williams who gets the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After the sack on first down, Allen, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
Hey, Haywood. Check.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen going for the deep ball. He's got it at the 15. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 65 yards. And the Bills claw one back. Hauschka adds the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Going top shelf for Smith. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he caught it up, and the Bills have recovered.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
They'll try and start the drive here with Gore. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, wahoo!
On 2nd and 7, Allen. He finds Howard complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. On 2nd and inches, Allen. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Allen now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now it's Gore. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
2nd and 10 at the Steelers' 22-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Come on. Shift.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Dancing to his left. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Here's Gore. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bills get a bit closer.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more that they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. T.J. Watt able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Allen under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, start the bus, because they think this one is over.